Greeting dear students, today we'll be starting chapter number 8, Dissolution of Partnership Firm. So according to section 39 of Indian Partnership Act, the dissolution of partnership between all the partners of a firm is called dissolution of partnership firm. A firm may be dissolved with the consent of all the partners in accordance with the contract between the partners. So there are various modes of dissolution we'll be discussing. So in this particular case, the firm is finally shutting down, they are closing down their business, and all the economic contacts between the partners will comes to an end. So before going for this chapter, let us see the difference between dissolution of partnership firm and dissolution of partnership. When we discuss dissolution of partnership, so this dissolution of partnership we have already done when we did admission of a partner, retirement of a partner, death of a partner, even in case of change in profit sharing ratio of a partner. But when we are discussing dissolution of partnership firm, so what will happen in case of dissolution of partnership firm? The firm will finally shutting down, they are closing down their business, all accounts or books of the firm will close. But in case of dissolution of partnership, the firm will continue its business, only the mutual agreement among the partners will change. So there is a concept which will state the difference between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of partnership firm. So in this particular chapter we'll be studying dissolution of partnership firm, where firm is finally shutting down, firm is winding up their business. And while in case of dissolution of partnership, the mutual agreements among the partner changes. So you can refer your book for detailing, because I have given you a brief idea about the difference between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of partnership firm. And this chapter I'll tell you is very easy as compared to the dissolution of partnership. Why this chapter is easy? Because there is no treatment of goodwill as we did in case of dissolution of partnership. Different treatments of goodwill are given to you, and moreover you have to calculate new profit sharing ratio, sacrificing ratio, gaining ratio. There is no such component in this particular chapter. So this chapter is comparatively, you will find that it is easier than the previous one. So our next segment will be the modes of dissolution, various ways of dissolution. So modes of dissolution, I'll tell you in brief. Like for example, dissolution by agreement. If they decided to dissolution by agreement, if partner mutually decided that they want to dissolve the firm, they can do so. Likewise, there is a compulsory dissolution. Compulsory dissolution is normally, you will find, when firm becomes illegal or the activities of the firm are undesirable in the society. And dissolution of the happening of a certain contingencies, on the happening of certain contingencies, and moreover dissolution by the notice, dissolution by notice, when the firm is formed with the will of the partner, and if all partner agrees, they can produce a notice and can shut down their business. And the last is dissolution by the court. So these are the various modes of dissolution. So let us see what are the main activities at the time of dissolution, or especially the accounting treatment at the time of dissolution. Accounting treatment at the time of dissolution. So when we discuss accounting treatment at the time of dissolution, the main activities which will be performing here will be the settlement of accounts. Settlement of accounts. This is as per section 48 of Indian Partnership Act, and the payment of firm's debt. This is settlement of account and payment of firm's debts, firm's liability, and this is as per section 49 of Indian Partnership Act. Now let us see the various steps which are to be followed in case of dissolution of a firm. So let us discuss various steps. Step by step process of dissolution. The first step is whenever we are going for dissolution, we have to prepare a realization account. So step 1, preparation of realization account. Now as the name suggests, you can see that it is a realization account, means it is specially prepared for the purpose of realizing or selling off all the assets and paying the liabilities. So the nature of realization account is, it is a real account, it is a nominal account. Realization account is a nominal account. And what is the rule for nominal account? We debit all expenses and losses and credit all gains and incomes. It means whenever there is loss or expense, we'll give debit to realization account, and whenever there is a gains or incomes, we'll credit to realization account. So this is the working of realization account. Now let us see what is to be done, how this realization account is to be prepared. Further steps in realization account. Now further steps in realization account. First step in realization account will be, we'll transfer all assets into realization account, because we are shutting down our business. So all the assets will be transferred to realization account. But while transferring all the assets, you need to ensure that following assets should not be transferred. Following assets should not be transferred. Number 1. Now let us see the first one. First is cash and bank balances. Why they are not required to be transferred? Because The purpose is you want to realize your assets. So these are already realized, these are already in currency form, and this is also in liquid form. So you don't have to realize these assets. So these assets are given on the asset side of the balance sheet. Suppose this is your balance sheet. So you will find cash and bank balances. So no need to transfer these assets. Number 2, debit balance of profit and loss account. Sometime we see that there is a debit balance of profit and loss account. What does it indicate? It indicates losses. So if it is given on the asset side of the balance sheet, this will not be transferred to realization account. So likewise, fictitious assets will not be transferred. Fictitious assets. Now what are fictitious assets? Let us see fictitious assets, like for example your preliminary expenses, advertisement suspense account, because it doesn't have any value. Suspense account, preliminary expenses, advertisement suspense, or debit balance we have already done. So these will not be transferred to realization account. Likewise, sometime miscellaneous expenditures are also given to us. Miscellaneous expenditures. These are all these items, fictitious assets, are given on the asset side because of their debit balance. So otherwise you cannot sell it off. You cannot sell off your preliminary expenses, advertisement suspense. So these are not to be transferred to realization account. So likewise, if there is some loan advanced or given by the firm to the partner, this will also, we used to show loan to a partner. If partner is giving loan, it will be recorded on the liability side. Otherwise, if firm is giving to the partner, it will be recorded here. So this will not be transferred. So you need to be very careful when you are transferring all assets into realization. These items will not be transferred, and moreover the debtors which are given in the balance sheet, you will find debtors also. So normally how debtors are given? Debtors are given like this: debtors less provision for bad debts, and the net value is written here. So you will be transferring debtors at this value. What is this? This is a gross value. So debtors will be transferred at the gross value. So these are the important points when we are transferring all the assets. Debtors will be transferred at gross value, means we'll be transferring debtors at this value, and provision for bad debts will be separately transferred in realization account. So this was about transfer of all the assets to realization account. Now let us see the journal entry for this also. Journal entry for transferring assets. So you know that all the assets have a debit balance, and when you transfer all the assets to realization, the journal entry will be will be giving credit to the assets. You know the rule of asset? Asset has a debit balance. Debit means increase and credit means decrease. So here we want to transfer the assets, so we'll give credit to assets. So debit to realization, because we are transferring all assets to realization. So realization account debit. 2 will make the list of all the assets, or we can write sundry assets. But even if you write sundry assets, you have to mention the details of each and every asset. So we'll make a list of all the assets to machinery, to land and building, whatever assets you are having, all assets at book value, furniture, to stock, prepaid expenses. So all the assets will be transferred to realization. And keep in mind that if suppose to investment, if suppose assets are given along with the some fund, like investment is given along with investment fluctuation fund, so what will happen in that case? We'll be transferring investment fluctuation fund on the opposite side of realization and investment on the debit side. So this is how it is to be done. So we'll be transferring all the assets at their book value. So I hope this entry is clear to you, and how what concept is based behind this entry. Now let us move to the second point. This was our first point. Now second is, we'll transfer all liabilities to realization account. Transfer of all the liabilities to realization account. And you need to be very careful what not to be transferred. So following items will not be transferred. Following items means these items are given on the liability side of the balance sheet. So let me make the liability side of the balance sheet. This is my balance sheet and this is liability side of the balance sheet. Let us see what items are not to be transferred. So first of all, we will not be transferring partners' capital balances, given on the liability side. Likewise, partners' current account, will not be transferred. And moreover, if current account is given on the asset side, in that case also you can write in that list partners current account. If it is given on the asset side of the balance sheet, it will not be transferred to realization account. And what else not to be transferred? Third is partners loan. If loan is given by the partners, partners loan you will find here, partners capital and partners current account. All these items will not be transferred to realization account. And moreover, accumulated reserves, accumulated profits and reserve, because it will directly transfer to partners capital. So accumulated reserves and profits, or if suppose credit balance or profit and loss account is given to you, it will not be transferred to realization account. So you need to be very careful that these items will not be transferred to realization account. So what is the journal entry? Let us see the journal entry for transferring all these liabilities now. So the journal entry for transferring all liabilities will be, and these are external liabilities, or you can call it as third party liabilities. So liabilities will be, you know the rule for liability, if you want to increase liability, give credit, decrease liability, give debit. So we want to transfer means we want to decrease the liability. So the journal entry will be liability account debit, or your individually you will have to write creditors account debit. If bills payable are there, bills payable account debit. Then outstanding expenses account debit. Likewise, if bank overdraft is there, bank overdraft account debit. Basically we are transferring all liabilities. Likewise, bank loans account debit. Employees provident fund, this is also external liability. Employees provident fund account debit. And all the loans given by the relatives of partner, like for example partner's wife's loan, or if wife is running the business, partner's husband's loan. So partner's relatives loan will also be transferred to realization. So all these are third party liabilities. So basically the idea is that whatever you are getting through the realization of assets, through the sale of asset, first of all it will be given to the third party liability. These are third party liability, these are outsiders. So that's why we are transferring them to realization account. So this is the journal entry for transferring all these liabilities to realization account. And you need to keep in mind that these things should not be transferred. Partners capital, partners current account, partners loan, any accumulated reserves and profits will not be transferred. Now see, in the third step, while preparing realization account, third step will be, we'll realize or sell all assets. So sale of assets, journal entry for sale of assets. So whatever you are realizing through sale of asset, it will be recorded here. Like for example, if you are getting the money through sale of building, sale of furniture, sale of land and building, so all these items will be recorded here. Now when you are recording sale of asset, you need to be very careful, because now you don't have the identity of the asset now. So normal entry when you sell off your asset is cash account debit to asset. But what will happen in this particular case, you don't have asset with you. Like if suppose I am selling my building, then cash account debit to building. But the point here is that all these assets are already transferred to realization account. So I don't have asset with me. So instead of that, all the assets are transferred to realization. So my entry will be cash account debit to realization. So all the sale of assets will be done through realization. Instead of asset, we'll write to realization. The purpose behind this is that all the assets are already transferred to realization account. So this entry has already been passed. That's why you cannot give credit to asset account. So cash account debit to realization, this is the journal entry for sale of asset. So whether you sell machinery, cash account debit to realization, whether you sell stock, cash account debit to realization, whether you sell your old building, cash account debit to realization, whether you sell your investment, cash account debit to realization, the entry will remain same. And likewise, the journal entry for payment to liability. So when we are making payment against liabilities, the journal entry, normal journal entry will be when we make payment towards liabilities, creditors, suppose we are paying to creditors. So creditors account debit to cash, or it can be bank also. But here what will happen, we don't have creditors ledger because all these ledgers are transferred to realization. So instead of creditors, we'll write realization account debit to cash, or it can be to bank also. So this you have to keep in mind, that whenever you are selling an asset, cash account debit to realization, realization will be credited, and whenever you are making payment towards liability, realization will be debited. I told you the reason for debiting realization, because all the liabilities are already transferred to realization. So if you are paying your creditors, realization to cash. If you are paying against bills payable, realization to cash. If you are paying towards outstanding expenses, realization to cash. Bank overdraft, realization to cash, so realization to bank. So likewise, no specific ledger is to be debited now, because all these are transferred to realization account. And we'll be doing so. I am telling you the basic entries, otherwise we will be studying the depth of this also. Like for example, if asset is taken over by the partner, if liability is settled by the partner, then what is to be done. And now the next segment will be so not the next segment, next section in this same account will be payment towards realization expenses. Payment of realization expenses, and this also has various varieties. So here I am giving you just basic outline of realization account. So whenever you are paying realization expenses, so normally the journal entry for paying expenses is expense account debit to cash. Like for example, if you pay your salaries, then salaries account debit to cash. If you pay wages, wages account debit to cash. If you pay let us say stationery account debit to cash. But if suppose you are paying expenses at the time of realization, so normally these expenses are associated with realizing of assets. So in that case, you will not give debit to expense. Instead of that, we'll give debit to realization account, because we are not creating a new ledger now, we are shutting down all the ledgers. So that's why instead of expense, we'll write realization account debit to cash. So this is the journal entry at the time of payment of expenses. And lastly, when all these liabilities are transferred, now see, I am making a format, then I'll tell you the journal entry for final result. So let me give you an outline. Keep in mind, this is not a comprehensive realization account. This is an outline of realization account. We'll be giving other details in the next lectures. So there is no date column. Here we'll be writing particulars, amount, particulars and amount. So first of all, the first journal entry was transfer of all the assets to realization. We gave debit to realization, so it will be recorded on the debit side. And how this is to be recorded? You can mention two sundry assets and make the list of various assets. List of various assets means we'll write machinery, building, or whatever you have, assets you are having. We'll make the list of all those assets, stock, likewise furniture, and then sum total will be recorded on the outer side. Similarly, we will be passing the journal entry for transfer of liabilities. This is the journal entry for transfer of liabilities, so it will be recorded on the credit side by sundry liabilities. So individually, creditors, bills payable, likewise outstanding expenses, or whatever liabilities are given to you, third party liability will be recorded here. And after that, the journal entry for sale of assets by cash. And if suppose a partner is taking over asset, we will be doing its treatment, but this is a basic, or you can say that it's a level 1, type 1 of realization account. We will be doing further details in the next lecture. So by cash, whatever cash you are getting through sale of assets, machinery, building, stock, or whatever it is, we'll be recording here. Likewise, payment of liabilities to cash, realization to cash, so it will be recorded on debit side. We'll make the list of various liabilities like creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses. And one important thing I want to share here is that if suppose question is silent relating to machinery, nothing is given relating to realization of machinery, then we will not be writing machinery account here, because it is assumed that machinery, we are unable to realize anything from machinery account. And moreover, we'll be transferring goodwill also. I have not written goodwill, you can mention goodwill. So there is no treatment of goodwill, I told you earlier also. And if question is salary relating to goodwill at the time of realization, we'll assume that we are unable to realize the goodwill, or we are not getting anything against goodwill. So assets are already realized, but liabilities, important point relating to liability is that even if question is salary relating to payment of even single liability, then only we have to assume that all the liabilities are paid in full. So opposite assumption for both. What is the assumption for assets? Even if nothing is mentioned, we'll assume that assets are realized only whatever information is given to us. But sundry liabilities, will assume that each and every liability has to be paid in full. And lastly, we'll pay the realization expenses to cash. This is the journal entry for realization expenses. And finally, we'll see the result, how to calculate the result if credit side is more. And through observation, we'll see that which side is more. So if credit side is more than debit side, then firm will have a profit, and profit will be recorded here. So we'll write here to profit on realization transfer to capital account. In which ratio we'll be transferring this in the partners capital, whatever ratio is given to you, here we'll be writing partners capital account. Individually it has to be distributed in the given ratio, and if there is a loss, in case of loss, this debit side will be more, so loss will be recorded here, loss on realization account, partners capital account, partners capital account in the given ratio it will be distributed. So this is how it is to be prepared. Now let us see the journal entry in both the cases, because journal entries are very important, especially in this chapter. So let us see the journal entry at the time of giving them profit or loss on realization. So final journal entry in case of profit. What will happen in case of profit? In case of profit, your debits, sum total of debit side of realization will be less than sum total of credit side, or we can say that credit side is more than debit side, and journal entry for profit will be realization account debit to partners capital account in the given ratio. And likewise in case of loss, sigma debit side will be more than sigma credit side in case of loss. So journal entry will be just reverse, partners capital account debit, and if they are maintaining fixed capital account, we can write partners current account also, to realization account in the given ratio. So this was a brief introduction about preparation of realization account. So I hope this introduction must be clear to you. According to section 39, we have seen the definition of dissolution: when all the contracts among all the partners comes to an end, and the difference between dissolution of partnership and dissolution of partnership firm, then various modes of dissolution, how dissolution take place, then the accounting treatment, settlement of account is under 48, and payment of liabilities under section 49. Then preparation of realization account, this is the first step, and we'll be doing further steps in the next segment, lectures. So realization account is a nominal account, debit or realization account for all expenses and losses, credit for all incomes and gains. We'll transfer all the assets to realization, and we need to keep in mind all these points while transferring the assets. Cash and bank will not be transferred, debit balance for profit and loss will not be transferred, fictitious assets will not be transferred, loan given by the firm to the partner will not be transferred, and debtors will be transferred at gross value, and all the assets, whatever reserves are given to you, they will be transferred at gross value, and reserve will be transferred on the opposite side. So when we prepared this revaluation okay, and then this is the journal entry for transferring all assets, then these liabilities will not be transferred, and this is the journal entry for transferring the liabilities, then sale of assets, payment to liabilities, then preparation of realization account. Here one entry was skipped, which you can mention when you are transferring debtors at gross value. Here suppose you are transferring debtors at gross value, so you have to transfer here by provision for doubtful debts. So likewise, if you are transferring investment here, provision for investment fluctuation fund will be transferred here. And if suppose there is some provision relating to liabilities, it will be transferred on the opposite side. If you are transferring liabilities here, then that provision will be transferred on the debit side. So this was skipped. You can note down this entry. So this is how we calculate profit or loss. So that's all for today. Have a nice day ahead.